Hey, how you all doing? Back again. How you doing, man? It's been a rough couple of weeks. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's been a crazy ass couple of weeks for me. You know what I mean? No content has been coming out because I've been trying to get my things in order, trying to get, things together on different fronts in my own life. I'm gonna cut the music right there. I couldn't even start this episode without a little, intro music. My song Concept. I couldn't even start the episode without it. I had to go look through my bag and all that type of stuff to find the phone to actually put on the intro music for the podcast. You know what I mean? But quiet as kept. I've been going through a lot of things, man, for the last couple of weeks. I've been saying and constantly saying that they've been crucifying me in Philadelphia. And, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is becoming more and more true. I mean, don't get it wrong. I had a lot of fun, doing what it was I was doing. I was employed briefly. You know what I mean? I learned a lot from what I was doing, but what I was doing was taken away from me because they said something popped up on my criminal record. Yet and still, I never had a criminal record. Nothing like that. And the one thing I could think of that's probably popping up is something that's not even my fault. It's a tit for tat thing with my children's school because the principal restrained my daughter, and she started to bump her head up against the wall. And I went there, and you know what I mean. I was trying to talk to him, and I'm not gonna go through the whole situation, but anyway. I didn't touch nobody. All I did was say some words, and I wanted to, basically escort my daughter. You know what I mean? Instead of letting my daughter just walk around for a second, she restrained my daughter. This principal at the school is, I don't know. But anyway, technically, I got to go to court for that situation. But they use little situations like that with what I went through to make it whatever. Anyway, other than losing my job over situations where I'm trying to build up my life and things like that, I still had a good time. The other day I posted a video of me doing a shot ski, basically at some beer and wine festival I ran into, met some good people over there, and basically, did a shot ski, you know what I mean? And looked around a little bit, enjoyed the music, enjoyed the festivities and everything that was over there. See, one thing about it is I'm not going to let any situation in my life steal joy out of my life, steal the essence of who I am. You know what I mean? Because life will put you in a lot of situations, right? Life, your environment, things that you're going through will put you in a lot of situations, right? Where you're not comfortable. You're not comfortable, so you don't care to move forward in those situations because they're uncomfortable. They're foreign situations. So you might be a little nervous, scared, annoyed by these situations, but you have to go through them because people will use, the system will use the laws against you. Like things that they come up with, the terminologies they use to draw up charges on you, terroristic threats or whatever the case may be, verbal assault, whatever the case may be, whatever they're using to put on paperwork. It's like, okay, did I hurt anybody? Where are my accusers? I have the right to face my accusers. Did I hurt anybody? Did somebody, did I assault anybody? No. So you can't, and it's like, people forget we do have a First Amendment It's called the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects you, right? Freedom of speech. So if I say something you don't like, you can deem it harmful or terroristic or verbal abuse. And now you could try to get me locked up. You could try to get me locked up going against the amendment. So basically, every arrest they get this way, anybody who's convicted for something where they just said something, not hurt anybody, not anything like that. They just said something that somebody else didn't like. They're basically stripping you of your First Amendment, your freedom of speech. In that same amendment, there's freedom of religion, right? So if you take my freedom of speech away, what's next? I can't believe in my own theology and my own theocracy. I can't live within my own theocracy. If you continue to take my freedom of speech away, what's next? You're going to force me into a certain religion or to believe a certain way. You know what I mean? It's another one in there, but it's basically freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the freedom to assemble, the right to protest and things like that. That's your First Amendment. And it's like, now that I'm thinking about it, even when you think about the freedom, the right to protest, it's like, even when you protest, you got cops there trying to break up the protest. So it's like, do you really have the right to protest? If you did, why is there scores of people being locked up for protesting every time there's a big protest somewhere? So, what can I say about that? I'm going to just keep doing me, keep moving on, basically. And while I'm at it, since I'm in the middle of this video, I might as well do this, right? Blam. Dome wrecker. You see it right there? I'm trying to. Dome wrecker. The watermelon runt ice. Can you see that? Joan is nice. Joan is nice. Watermelon runt ice. Joan is nice. I mean, I got it from Vapo2. I had a deal on it because, I used to always go there, so I had tokens saved up or little points in my account saved up, so I got a good deal on it. I don't know how much they normally cost or anything like that, but, go to Vapo2, check them out, or anywhere they sell the vapes at, and they got the vapes that you're looking for, and you know what I mean. Check and see if they got the dome wrecker, the ice dome wrecker joint. It's nice, It's definitely nice. It gets you where you need to be. You know what I mean? Especially, I need something like a dome wrecker right now because I've been going through a lot, and it's just trying to really just, I'm trying to continue my life. I'm trying to just close a whole chapter because I've been fucked over for so long, like especially within these last few years of my life. I've been fucked over so much by so many people, by so many different parts of the system, in so many different ways, right? Like, y'all know my plights. If you've been watching my podcast, y'all know my plights. Y'all know what I've been going through. It's a whole thing, but that's why I feel so hurt, because it's like I'm going through all this, but I can't get any help. I can't get help with one situation. I can't get help. And it's funny because I keep running the help hotlines. I even was going to clean my slate, but I couldn't clean my slate because I got bench warrant or whatever. So I'm going down there. I'm going to get that handled and dealt with, get it out the fucking way. I basically got nowhere to stay. You know what I mean? It's just this. if hitting rock bottom like was like a thing, like when they say hitting rock bottom, I've hit rock fucking bottom. Like, you know what I mean? And it's sad because, I came from, always having and always, being able to do for everything and everybody to not being able to do that anymore. So it's really rough. It's really rough. But, you got to persevere. I got to persevere anyway. I'm telling anybody out there that, you could persevere too. You could persevere and make it through and, just get back on your 2 feet. You know what I mean? All anybody needs is compassion, love, understanding, redemption, help, a kind hand, courtesy, some type of courtesy, especially when you never been wrong, like I never been on the wrong side of the law. I never been on the wrong side of the law. I always been on the right side of the law. I always had my licenses. I always been able to do my whatever I wanted to do legally. So I never had to be on the wrong side of the law ever. And it hurts when you're trying to do right. And when you're trying to do right, they're not allowing you to because you've been placed by whatever situation that you're going through on the wrong side of the law. And that's where I don't want to be. I don't want to be on the wrong side of anything because I don't do wrong things in my life. I don't try to hurt people. I'm one of those live and let live type of people. And that's what I want. I want to live and be allowed to live and grow, not just for me, for my children. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like if I got any battles to be fought, I even will abandon all my battles or whatever that I'm trying to get handled. Especially if I know that nobody is going to hear my, outcry or my plea for help or my SOSs. It's like, why even do it? It's like you might as well just build from where you're at and continue forward. That's how I'm looking at it. I might as well build from where I'm at and continue forward. And that's all I'm trying to do in my life, is build from where I'm at and continue forward. What else can you do? I mean, really, what else can you do? But build from where you at and continue forward. I'm not worried about old scores and I'm not worried about what happened in the past. I'm worrying about right here, right now, this reality that I'm living in. Right? I'm building. I still got things that I put in play that I didn't even let people know out there on my podcast. But I'm building something more legitimate. I talk about entrepreneurship a lot. I talk about me doing my music, my books, and this podcast for monetization and try to, build it into something that's more legitimate. So I'm putting it under a LLC. Yeah, that's the bombshell I'm dropping on y'all. I don't got the bombshell sound, but that's my bombshell. I'm putting everything under LLC. Trying to legitimize what I do and still trying to work to get myself out of this left side of the law. I'm trying to work and get myself out of this financial hole that I'm in. I'm trying to work and get my children into a better situation in life, get myself into a better situation in life, in a better situation in life, right? And I just need the creator, the you know, the Heavenly Father, you know, the Allah, who, whatever you want to call, you know, the Creator, our God up above, to really just continue to see me through, man. Because it's been some rough shit that I've been going through, man. It's been some really, really, really rough shit that I've been going through, man. I mean, I can't even explain to you the shit that I've been going through. People on the outside looking in could judge, or you know what I mean, or have their own opinions about what you go through in life. You know, especially as a man. You know, we love talking about the downfall or the plight of men. I mean, look at us. We love talking about Diddy and what he's going through and everything. I can't even focus on what Diddy's going through because look what I'm going through. It's like I can't even focus on that because we all got our own shit that we deal with. Some of us deserve it more than others. You know, I'm gonna give it that. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, if I was on the other side, if I was on the outside looking inward at my own situation, I would say that man don't deserve to go through that. I never deserved to go through no shit like this in my life. You know what I mean? But my life called for it. You know what I mean? And I'm a believer. You know what I mean? Some people say a believer is a fool, but I'm a believer in a higher power. I'm a believer in my creator, my God, you know what I mean? And I believe that he wouldn't put too much on you that you can't handle. You know, so I can handle it. I just gotta go through the proper steps and stop being so childish about how I'm handling it. Cause I'm like, y'all didn't help me, so why should I come to you? You can't win like that with the law. You can't win like that with the law. You can't. You can't. You can't. You may be right. You might be right for what you thinking and how you feeling. You know what I mean? Like, why won't they help me? Why do I gotta go to them about some shit they're saying I did, like some petty minor shit, and I didn't hurt nobody? Why should I have to go to them when I'm bringing up some very, very serious shit? Like me personally, I did my own investigation and discovered some very, very, very serious shit that I should have been had help with, that I shouldn't be privy to, that I shouldn't be going through. So why should I come up there? You know what I mean? That's my thinking. That's my thinking. That's my, you know what I mean? But the law don't work like that. The law don't work in what's common sense to us as individuals. It might make common sense to us as a whole, as a society. It might make common sense. Our law is a commonwealth, supposedly a common sense, legal system. So, maybe for the populace, for, everybody, for the collective, it makes sense. But for us in our own personal, you know what I mean? Because everybody's situation is tailored to them. So not every situation is going to be the same. So the law isn't tailored to my situation. I would love it to be tailored to my situation. Have something in the legalese that say, hey, if you're going through this, then you get this type of help, and then I'd be covered. But what could I do when nobody else been through what I've been through? What could I do if there is no case law about what I'm going through? If nobody ever came forward with the things that I'm claiming? Then is it really anything that I could do about what I'm going through? If there's no example of what I'm going through. in case law anywhere. I'm not going to be able to receive help. It's not going to happen because there is no case law about it. Until they get that case law, then I'm fucked. Unless my case law becomes that case law. If somebody actually pulls up my case, my investigation, and what I've been going through. If anybody cares to do that, you know. One thing about it is, you know, you gotta abide by the laws of the land until you can transcend the laws of the land. You know, certain people transcend the laws of the land, and they can't be hurt by the laws of the land because they make enough money, or they, you know what I mean, or they just got enough influence or fame or whatever it is that they need, clout, to transcend those laws. Some people transcend them enough to change those laws. You know, hopefully if I do go through anything at all, I would be one of those people who actually help change laws, who actually helps people not go through this type of shit. Because it don't feel right when you feel like you're alone and the walls is closing in on you and all you're trying to do is transcend. You know what I mean? You can see the light. You can see the light at the top of the room that you're in, but the walls is closing in. And all you're trying to do is transcend up out of those walls, man. You know what I mean? You're not trying to do anything wrong. You're not trying to hurt nobody. You're just trying to figure out how to get out of this tight space that you're in. And that's all I've been doing. It's basically battling to transcend, man. You know? At least I'm not giving up. You know, that's, you know, all that I go through. My best thing I could give you as a viewer, as a fan, as a watcher of my YouTube is don't give up. Don't ever give up. You know, back against the wall. You know, you got to figure out the best way out. And sometimes the best way out isn't a fight. You know, sometimes the best way ain't, you know, to try to, you know, go out in a blaze of glory or try to duke it out, this and that. Sometimes the best way out is to just go along with the program, see exactly what's going on, fix what you can, mend what you can, and continue on, man. You know what I mean? Apologize for whatever wrong you done. You know, and just move on. You know, basically. So yeah. Alright, that's my episode of God Concept Podcast. I'm gonna get back at y'all again at a later time. You know, once again, support the music, got new music, and the books. Peace.